This is the second lecture in which we are going to study the physical distribution and transportation management roles and objectives. Before we start, let us recap what we have learned in the first lecture. The first lecture we have tried to understand what is the physical distribution and transportation management and what is its position in the supply chain, how it is related with the supply chain. So supply chain starts from supply of the raw material and components to the manufacturing unit, and from manufacturing unit finished product supply to the consumer through wholesaler retailer. The first part from raw material supply to the manufacturing plant is a part of the materials management. The second for finished goods supply from the manufacturing plant to the consumer is a physical distribution and transportation management. So we'll study the role and activities, objectives of the physical distribution. The objectives of and roles of the physical distribution. There are some key objectives and there are some specific objectives, the main objectives and specific objectives. The main objectives are the cost reduction, the capital reduction, and the service improvement. The specific objectives are the right product and the right quantity in the right condition should reach at the right place and right time, and it should reach to the right customer and the right price. This is the specific objective of the physical distribution. So let us try to understand the main objectives. Improving the customer service. To maximize the profits in the long run is through maximizing the customer satisfaction. And the customer can be satisfied if we try to improve the customer service. An efficient management of physical distribution can help in improving the overall level of customer service by developing an effective system of warehousing, quick and economic transportation, all maintaining inventory, optimal level of inventory. But the level of service directly affects the cost of physical distribution. If the level of service desired is very high, the physical distribution cost will also increase. Therefore, while deciding the level of service, a careful analysis of the customer's want and the policies of the competitor is necessary to be analyzed. Hence, an effort should be made to ascertain whether they value the timely delivery or economy in transportation and so on. Means what the real customer is looking for, and accordingly, and what the competitors are offering, accordingly the customer service level to be decided by the company, and thus improving the customer service will lead to customer satisfaction as well, and customer satisfaction will lead to buying more products from the company, and that will lead to revenue growth. Rapid response. Rapid response is the second objective, which is concerned with the firm's ability to satisfy customer service requirement in a timely manner. Rapid response capability shifts operational emphasis from an anticipatory posture based on forecasting and inventory stocking to responding to customers' requirement on a shipment to shipment basis. That is rapid response. As per the customer's requirement, you are able to satisfy the customer's need very quickly. Reduce total distribution cost. As I said earlier, the distribution cost forms 20% or more about the product cost. So cost of physical distribution consists of various elements such as transportation, warehousing, packaging, inventory maintenance, and any reduction in the cost of one element may increase the cost of other elements. That's why the total cost of distribution should be taken into account and that should be minimized. So total cost of alternative distribution should be analyzed. There are different distribution systems. So each alternative should be analyzed and total cost minimization should be tried rather than one component of the total cost distribution, because that will lead to sub-optimization. Generating additional revenue. A firm can attract additional customer by offering better service at lowest price. For example, by centralizing its warehouse operation or distribution center, or by using economic and efficient mode of transportation, a firm can achieve larger market share. Also, by avoiding the out of stock situation, the loss of loyal customer can be reduced or arrested, because the understocking can lead to customer dissatisfaction, and the customer may switch over to another brand, another product. So you may lose customer and you may lose revenue. That's why the out of stock situation should be avoided. Creating time and place utility. These two terms should be understood very clearly. The place utility, unless product are physically moved from the place of its origin, that is where it is produced, and it should reach to the place of consumption where the customer is. Suppose the product is being produced in Goa and customer is in Noida. So that product should be available in Noida so that the customer can buy and can use it. So the product should reach to the customer place where the consumption is required. So unless that is reaching, they do not serve any purpose. That product is manufactured in Goa and lying there. Similarly, product has to be made available in time when the customer is needing that, when the consumption is needed. So this is called time utility, means it should reach in time when the consumption is needed. Like you are selling something for the Diwali, and the product should reach before Diwali. So any product which is reaching after Diwali, it is losing the time utility because it has not reached in time. By increasing the number of warehouses located at places where the goods can be delivered quickly and where sufficient stocks are maintained so as to meet emergency demand of the customer. A quick mode of transportation should be selected so to move the product from one place to another in the shortest possible time. Thus, the time and place utilities can be created in product through the efficient system of physical distribution. Price stabilization. By having a warehouse and stocking sufficient inventory, the price stabilization can be achieved by regulating the flow of the products to the market through judicious use of available transportation facility and warehouse facility. See the case of Food Corporation of India, where the government of India purchases the wheat and rice and other food items, and when they are produced in the festive season, they are keeping it in the warehouse, and slowly they are raising from the Food Corporation godowns and warehouses to the market so that the price of the food items are stabilized. So this is one way it helps in price stabilization. Quality improvement. Quality is very important aspect of the product. It should be sought on a continuous basis. If the product becomes defective or if the service promises which were given that it will provide a service to the customer is not kept, but the transportation is done, so the customer may return it. So logistics are one spend, like it has been transported from manufacturing plant to warehouse to the customer, and if it is not meeting the customer service, or if it is a defective, it has to be returned. So all the logistics part, the money spent will be it cannot be reversed. So the quality has to be maintained. Quality challenge is magnified by the fact that most logistic works is performed out of the supervisor's vision. Reworking a customer's order as a result of incorrect shipment or in transit damage is far more costly than performing it right for the first time. Logistics is a prime part of developing and maintaining continuous TQM improvement. Life cycle support. Product once sold that's not end of it. The manufacturer has to provide a product life support. There may be product recall or product return due to defect or malfunctioning or breakdown during warranty. So that all support needs to be provided for the finished product. Movement consolidation, because different customer may be placing an order which is not be a full truckload. So transporting a partial truckload will lead to more transportation cost. That's why the consolidation should be done and route planning should be done. Multiple orders should be consolidated on a particular route, and full truck should be loaded on a particular load. Route planning should be done so that on the one route multiple orders from the full truckload can be met. To reduce the transportation cost, it is desirable to achieve movement consolidation. Larger the overall shipments and longer the distance it is transported, the lower the transportation cost. This is all in this second class, where we try to understand the role and objective of physical distribution.